Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on index notation and place value. We have seen how any number can be expressed in different ways. Consider the number 5643. It can be expressed in the following different ways. As an ordinary numeral, so all you do is just write down the individual digits, and that's called an ordinary numeral. In words, now what you do, you say this number out loud, 5,643, and that's exactly what you write down. Whatever you say, you write down. In expanded form, that takes into account the place value of each of these digits. Remembering that's the ones column, the tens column, the hundreds column, and the thousands column. So it's 5 times 1,000 plus 6 times 100 plus 4 times 10 plus 3 times 1. You need to know place value in order to write it in expanded form, but we've done that before. Following on from the previous video, we can write the number using index notation. That means using powers. See the 3, 2 and the 1? You use powers. So this 1,000 is expressed as 10 to the power of 3. Everything else is the same. It's the same as expanded form, but the powers of 10 are expressed using indices. See there? 10 squared is the 100, 10 to the power of 1 is 10, and 3 times 1. So the above method of representing this number is also called exponential notation, because remember that's also an exponent. As well as being an index or a power, it's also called an exponent. Express each of the following in words. So, these are some examples now. So basically, whatever you say, 47, that's what you write. 532, write it exactly the same. The same here. Say it, write the words. And it's the same for all of these. Exactly what you say, word for word, when you actually say the number, that is what you write down. Express each of the following numbers in expanded form. So again, this is to do with place value, the ones column and the tens column. That's why we write this. The ones, the tens and the hundreds. That's why we write it this way. So the 8 is in the hundreds column, the 4 is in the tens column, and the 9 is in the ones column. Here we've got the ones, the tens, the hundreds, and the thousands. That's why we do it that way. And then we keep going. The 1, the tens column, the hundreds column, the thousands column, and the 10,000s column. That's why it's 7 times 10,000. The 3 is in the 1,000s column, so it's 3 times 1,000. The 2 is in the hundreds column, 2 times 100. The 6 is in the tens column, 6 times 10, and the 4 is in the ones column. And it's exactly the same here, except the 6 here, because we've gone one extra. Here we had 5 digits, here we have 6 digits. So the 6 is in the hundred thousands column. Okay, and then you just do one at a time, do the digits one at a time, using the correct place value. We also write the numbers using index notation. Okay, it's the same as expanded form, except we use the indices. The tens column, 10 to the power of 1. That's the hundreds column is 10 squared. The tens column is 10 to the power of 1. And the ones column is 9 times 1. The same here. The thousands column, the hundredth column, the tens column, and the ones column. And it's exactly the same here. You just work out what column the number is in, and you use the appropriate index notation. And it's exactly the same here. So if you're very confident with place value, this will give you no trouble whatsoever. So this video has introduced us to the idea of index notation and place value, and we've seen how we can represent numbers in a number of different ways, and it's important to have a good knowledge of place value.